This is a standing hoist, sometimes known as a powered Standaid. It's a very stable device. It has a large base of support. It is powered, so it has a charging lead here and the battery pack's here. It has this red button here is an emergency stop function. If you just press it in, it stops the device. So just make sure that that red button is out before you use it. And then underneath, it also has an emergency lift and lower. There's another emergency lower on the mast of the hoist here. This device has an adjustable knee brace. It can be raised higher and lower or adjusted in depth. This device is used with a sling, so we'll fit the sling now. If the person leans forward, I can just pop that down the back. Okay, and then the person can lean back and trap that sling in place to stop it displacing. I'm just going to attach this clip here and tighten the strap, and that will just help keep the sling in place. So this device is operated by a handset. The handset is attached to a long lead, so this allows me to come round and reassure the person. I'm just going to open the legs of the device now so it will fit around the chair. The person puts their feet on the foot plate. Now, because this flooring is low friction and the device will move easily, I'm just going to pop the brakes on. This type of standing hoist has a adjustable carry bar. So I'm going to pull the carry bar out just to attach the sling to it, and what that does is just stop us having to pull the sling and the person forward. So that's nicely attached. I've checked it. I'm just going to pop that back in place and tighten these screws up. And as you can see, the carry bar is now secure. So we're going to raise the person into standing. This device does not follow normal movement patterns, so I'm going to ask the person to lean back in the sling. They can hold on the handlebars here or here, wherever's comfortable. In fact, they don't even have to hold on at all, just as long as they lean back. So we're going up now, so if you can lean back and push through your legs. That's it. And I'm going to stop there. The height that you raise the carry bar to will be dependent on the person's height and their capabilities. If you've got a smaller person and you raise the carry bar fully, it may take them off the feet. So that will be dependent on risk assessment. So once the person is stood and is comfortable, what we can do is release the brakes, and then we can transport them to wherever they need to go. The distance of transport would be dependent on risk assessment, of course. So to lower the person back into the seat, what we're going to do is lower the carry bar, and as the person's lowering, I'm just going to say stick your bottom out, and that tilts the pelvis and facilitates a better sitting position. Once they're lowered, we can simply detach the sling. You can loosen the carry bar to do that as well, and then remove the device and the sling. This device will raise somebody into standing, regardless of the standing abilities, so can provide a false sense of security. So what we're going to do now is raise the person, but he's going to pretend that he can't stand. So I'm just going to raise the carry bar. He's not pushing through his legs and attempting to stand. And as you can see, he's been pitched forward and his face has come very near the carry bar. So I'm just going to raise him a bit further. And if you can see here, the sling now has raised up underneath his armpit and he's putting pressure on the soft tissue. I'm just going to go a bit further up now, and if you look, you can see the sling is riding up the person's back. So I'm just going to lower him now. If that happens, it can cause a lot of pain, discomfort, injury underneath the person's arm. There's also a risk that they could slip out of the sling, and we call that a mechanical drag lift. To use this device, the person needs to be able to stand reliably and consistently, but also the length of time the person can stand for should form part of the risk assessment. So what we're going to do is ask our person to stand. He's got good standing ability. He's leaning back in the sling. I'm going to raise him to a comfortable height. Is that okay? So as you can see, he's got good standing ability, he's stood well. But if I left him stood like that, beyond the length of time he's able to stand, what happens is the person becomes fatigued and then they lose their ability to stand and then they start slipping through the sling. And of course, that creates a mechanical drag lift. So I'm going to lower the person now. So just to reiterate that the risk assessment should include how long the person could stand for.